taking on the Seattle Seahawks. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Seated next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, this one featuring a couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Hey, here we go. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Let's go, D-12.
Murray now on first down. He finds Taylor, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Terrell Suggs in on the tackle. And the offensive starters here for Los Angeles.
And partner, sometimes it's good for a team to get the Thursday nighter right after a loss because you don't have very long to stew on what just happened. You have to turn right around, get ready, and go out and play again. Or, as one of the veterans told me, I actually like this because I can keep my anger for this short amount of time and take it out on the other team.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The numbers for Johnson in last week's game, 23 carries, 94 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game.
Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road, you're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at the 45. The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's second down. The numbers for Zeke from last week, 19 carries, 128 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
From midfield now on second down, Breeze. Cameron Wake in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. On third and long, it's Breeze. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A first down run for Elliott, not going to pan out. He'll, in fact, wind up losing a couple. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Hey, let's get in that hole.
On 2nd and 12, Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his big target, Brandon Marshall. And it'll bring up 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Marshall, the intended receiver. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
23 yards, the final tally. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. This is Shepard on the catch. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. They'll run it with Johnson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. for big plays? Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. The run by Elliott, a good one on first down as he's able to pick up about 6 there. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Elliott. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Throwing now is Breeze. And Walker has it. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Now Elliott. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott. His first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there the counterplay proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counterplay in general successful, Charles?
Well, what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense, get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. But he gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing again on second down. Murray rolling to his left. Kyler Murray, 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign at Oklahoma. He's got the first down.
Push him back. Push him back.
On first down, it's Johnson. 20. Touchdown, L.A. Kerryon Johnson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Rams have taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This one fielded at the 5. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Kill.
On second down, it's Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And he locates Walker, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Ready? 5-9. Check. Watch 54. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. Let's get out the field, defense. Shoot. No. Off.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. He's got a man. That's Marshall. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Slay. Watch out. Hey, kill.
Elliott. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Breeze. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 15-yard line.
Mike, ready. 95-56.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am, go ahead and and tapping out the first half. There's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get in the field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down is Murray. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Throwing again, Murray. Dumping it off for Johnson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. First down, Murray. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. A gain of 6 there on first. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Good matchups all up and down the schedule there. We'll highlight the one in Cincinnati. A big test coming up for the Bengals as they'll square off with the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being over in Arlington, where it'll be America's team, the Cowboys, taking on the Green Bay Packers. And finally, on Monday Night Football, we'll see the Browns and 49ers get after it out in Santa Clara. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
We own it. We own it.
To throw is Breeze. And he whips that one incomplete there. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Now Breeze on third down. He gets this one to Garcon. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Off the bootleg, Murray. He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On second down, Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. On first and 10, here's Murray. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third and 2, and here's Murray. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only get 5 out of that quick slant, but that's good enough for a first. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on first and 10. Johnson on the counter. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's a quick throw to Thielen. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Ready. Ready. Check. 53. Check.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Pass complete here to Sanders. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Draw play, Elliott. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Breeze now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Hey, let's get there. Check 9, check 9.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. Walker with a grab, left side. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Elliott going to bite off about 7 on that one. A good run on 1st down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Again, it's Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun. It's Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Mike, check, 59. Mike's 59. Check Mike.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They begin the drive with Johnson. He's going to have the 1st down past the 20. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Murray now on 1st down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Touchdown, L.A. Adam Thielen, 76 yards. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And out now come the Seahawks. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Breeze for Marshall. That's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something's...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. They go to Johnson again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. Screen play, Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down and more. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Murray now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And some room to maneuver. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. The busy night continues for Johnson. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Murray. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Drew Brees in the offense. Down by 10, 2:16 to play. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a 1st down. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now this throw caught left side. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Heady
on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Breeze to throw. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Breeze. And that's Elliott, complete. Well, they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Back to throw, Breeze. Dancing to his left. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Drew Brees with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Boswell good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Check.
Down to a knee goes Murray as that will just about wrap this thing up.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Rams, they pick up their 2nd win now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.